Hello and welcome back to my kitchen. Today by request I am making cornbread in a cast iron skillet. And the way I started off is with breakfast sausage. This is Jimmy Dean's original breakfast sausage, and it's mild, so I'm going to actually add a good palmful or so of red pepper flakes to kind of spice this up a little bit and get that stirred in. And then while that's starting to cook, we're going to get our cornbread mixture together. Get off there. Get this broken up a little bit first. There we go. We'll just let that kind of cook down. Now in the oven, I've got my cast iron pan preheating along with the stove itself, or the oven itself, pardon me, with about a half to a whole tablespoon of shortening. You could also use lard if you didn't have, if you prefer that. You want something that has a high smoke point, so olive oil or a vegetable oil would start to burn before your skillet gets up to the temperature you need it to be at. Now in my bowl, I've got 2 boxes of just Jiffy Mix. This is what I use. I've tried all different kinds of cornbread mixes. I've tried making this from scratch using cornmeal and flour and baking soda, or baking powder, I mean. And for me and my family's taste, we always come back to the Jif. This is kind of what we like. You are certainly free to substitute your favorite cornbread base at this point. So to this, I'm going to add probably not quite all of this. There is sharp cheddar and pepper jack cheese shredded up in this bowl. I'm gonna see how it goes, and you want to add it while your cornmeal is still dry. That way the dry ingredients will kind of go all the way around the little cheese strands and prevent them from clumping once you add the wet ingredients. So yeah, I think we can add just a little bit more. You don't want this to be like over cheesy, but you kind of want to get that little hint of cheese in there. There we go. To this, we are also going to add a little over 1/3 cup of buttermilk and 1/3 cup of regular milk. And I'll probably actually need to add a little bit more because buttermilk tends to keep your wet ingredients from not getting as wet as you want them to be. So you tend to have to add just a little bit more with that. And I'm also adding 2 lightly beaten eggs. And get this stirred in. If you don't have buttermilk, you can certainly substitute sour cream for this. I've done that in the past too, and again, you're going to have to increase your milk by quite a bit to help it all come together. Alright, let me get a little bit more milk in there, because right now this is too thick and we have a lot more stuff going in here than just the sausage. We want to get it to a batter consistency, but you kind of want that the tang that the buttermilk or sour cream adds to it. There we go, that looks a lot better. And this will be slightly lumpy. That's just the nature of cornbread. Alright, so for now, I'm going to set this to the side and let it rest while we get our sausage crumbled up and browned. Now you could substitute the sausage with chorizo, which I've done in the past, and it turns out just as well. Now that our sausage is browned up, I'm going to remove it from the pan, and though it doesn't have that much of a fatty drippings, I still want to drain this on a paper towel while we cook up the vegetables that are going in this as well. So I will bring you guys back once I've put this in my colander. I've got about 2 tablespoons of butter that I'm going to add just a few drops of, well, yeah, definitely just a few drops of olive oil too. I didn't realize I was out. Just to prevent the butter from burning as it melts. And to this we're going to be adding 1 small purple onion, 2 jalapenos, about 4 or 5 of the mini bell peppers, the red, yellow, and orange, and half of a poblano pepper. And I'm just going to drop all those in there. And get those sauteed up. So while that butter is melting down and the vegetables are softening, let me throw in a good pinch of salt. And just a little bit of black pepper. I'm going to cook these until they start to soften up and the onions start to turn translucent. I don't want to cook them all the way down. I just want them to start to soften so you don't have hard bites. Because this is going to be going in the oven, it will continue to cook while the bread is cooking around it. While these are continuing to soften, let me remind everybody that if you have a cooking video or are thinking about doing a cooking video, let either JPicaDeath or myself know. And we would love to get your video added onto our collaborative playlist. Again, we'd like to get all our friends and YouTube family cooking and sharing what you guys like to eat when you're playing games or just spending time with your family. You can leave a link in the description of this video or over on JPIC's channel, and we would love to take a look at it and add it to the list. Okay, now that the vegetables have sauteed and the onions are translucent and the peppers have started to soften, I'm going to go ahead and add in the sausage. Plus it's cooled and drained. Let me get this stirred in first. Now again, at this point you may need to add a tad bit more milk once you get all these ingredients in, and it will still cook just fine. Alright, let me get these over in here. Sorry if I'm steaming you guys up. And let me switch here. No, I think that's just fine. I don't think we need to add anything else to it. Now I'm going to have to bring you guys back because I need to move the tripod so that I can get the cast iron skillet out of the oven, and I will be I have right got back. The oven or the skillet out of the oven. This is a 10-inch cast iron skillet. Again, it's got about a tablespoon of shortening that was allowed to melt into it while the pan was heating up. You want to be careful when you take this out. Remember that you took the pan out of the oven and don't grab it with your hands or you will burn yourself. And this is going to go straight in. You kind of want to let that go all around. Alright guys, make sure you kind of smooth it out to the edges as much as you can. And I am going to put this back in the oven and bake it on 400 for about 20 minutes. I will check it then. And if it's done, I'll pull it out. If not, I'll let it cook a little bit longer. And I will bring you guys back when it's done. Hello guys, we are back. The cornbread has been out of the oven and resting for about 20 minutes. It took 25 minutes for it to get cooked all the way through. And we've let it cool to the point where we can go ahead and cut it. So let me get in here. It smells really, really good. The pan is still kind of screaming hot. I don't know if I can get down under there. Probably not. Let me grab my, let me see if I can find it. There it is. Whoop. Started to break up, but there we go. Let me move this out of the way here. Alright guys, there we go. There's our slice of cornbread. All it needs now is a little bit of butter or margarine, whichever you prefer. And it's ready to serve with your favorite soup or chili. Alright everyone, I hope you guys have enjoyed this quick little video. If you did, leave me a comment down below. And if you do try this recipe, let me know how it turned out. So thank you for joining me. I've been Vault Girl. I hope you guys have enjoyed, and I hope I see you in the next one.